Good morning, folks. Back by popular demand, this is going to be a Guess the Problem, Win a Prize video. The vehicle that we're working on is a year 2000 Suzuki King Quad four-wheel drive. Recently, I picked up a number of these ATVs, some bikes and ATVs here inside my new barn. And they all got new batteries, carbs cleaned, they all needed petcocks, incidentally. Fuel filters, stuff like that. All the other ones responded to it really well, but the King Quad remained sort of a pain in the ass. So this problem was a real head scratcher for me for a minute there. I went down the wrong rabbit hole. So first I'm going to explain the machine, and then I'm going to explain the problem. Really cool machine. We got great tires on it. I put a seat cover on it, very nice. It's got the four-wheel drive, it's got the semi-automatic shifting down there. We have two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, and a front diff lock. We've got high, low, and super low, reverse right here. Back here is, I think, probably my favorite feature, where we have the independent rear suspension. Rear wheels sort of go up and down, and I've never had a quad like this, so I'm still sort of exploring the different advantages to it. But it definitely doesn't roll as well as the Quadmaster does. You can see the Quadmaster has the solid rear drive shaft back there. So, very cool. Now the motor. We have a 300cc motor, 4-stroke, 1-cylinder, 1 carburetor. It's almost horizontal here, which is different from most other motors. You know, in these four-wheelers. So that's one clue, which you guys should note, and I should have noted. 1 cylinder, 1 spark plug, very rudimentary ignition system. You know, you got your coil, you got your CDI and all that, you know, just real simple, bare bones stuff. Pull start and electric start, and we'll get into that later. So here's what happened with this thing. It sat for many years out, exposed to the elements, after the previous owner says that he took it down to North Carolina from Maryland, and he possibly put bad gas in it that they sold him at a truck stop in North Carolina. So it didn't run after that. He couldn't figure it out, and then it sat out getting rained on. I took it back. I told you guys I did the carburetors, got a new battery, new petcock, new fuel filter, and a seat cover. And then really, as the new battery was charging up, I was like, well, let's see if this thing's got any fire. I put some starter fluid in there, pulled the pull start, started right up. I mean, it only ran for a couple seconds because it was just, you know, fueling up and all that. But I was like, hey, great sign. So I put the fuel system back together. The battery was all charged up. I hit the starter button, couldn't get anything going on the starter button. It would just go over and over and over. It started plenty fine. I mean, the starter motor went over fine, had the motor turning really quickly, but I just couldn't get any fire. So I'm like, well, shit, what's going on here? Took the battery back out, pulled the pull starter, and it would start right up again. And I would be able to ride it all day or whatever. I could only get the thing to start by pulling it with the pull start. So after doing that for about a day, I didn't really know what was going on with it, but I was like, well, I can live with this because I'm planning to keep this one. So I'm like, okay, I can work with this. So I put it away here in the barn, came out the next morning, wouldn't start even on the pull start. And I tried and tried to put a bunch of ether down there, couldn't get it started, not even one fire. So I scratched my head about it. I tried different things. Finally, I figured it out, and now it runs great. So the question is what was causing these symptoms, and what was the repair that was needed? Go ahead and leave your answers in the comments. I'll probably pick a couple people who were winners if you guys you know, correctly guess what was going on with this thing. And I'll announce the update video in a couple days. All right, good luck.